Michella Chester with my college volleyball Power 10 rankings. The top teams have changed after weeks and weeks of holding strong. I have a new #1 team in the nation today with the Nebraska Huskers in the top spot. Undefeated in the Big Ten right now, only one top 10 loss on the season. Watch out though. The Huskers have Wisconsin and Minnesota this week. We've had weeks of chalk in the top 4, and this past week, #1 and #2 were taken down. Texas was beat for the first time this season by Iowa State, and Louisville was down by Pitt in 5. The Longhorns dropped to #2 with the loss for me. I know it was to an unranked team, but it was a bizarre loss. The Longhorns pretty much beat the Cyclones in every statistical category, won 2 sets by a landslide, but lost the other 3 by very slim margins. A loss nonetheless though, and the very last undefeated team is undefeated no more. Louisville registered its second loss of the season to Pitt in a 5-setter. They stay at #3 in my Power 10. When you look at the big picture, they now just have 2 top 10 losses on the season. The loss on Sunday was without Anna DeBeer, and they came back from what was a really slow, uncharacteristic start to the match. It's a top 10 volleyball matchup, and they came out on the wrong side of a 5-setter. But this is still the #3 team in the nation in my eyes. The Louisville, San Diego, and Pitt order was a total toss-up. Louisville beat San Diego beat Pitt, and Pitt beat Louisville. Come on. I put San Diego above Pitt for now when you look at the body of work. Pitt's win over Louisville moves them into the top 5 for me, though. This is right above Ohio State. I think OSU is an incredibly strong team, but Pitt has the head-to-head over Ohio State, as does San Diego. So I'm keeping them in this order for now. Next, I have Stanford and Wisconsin, the Cardinal with a big sweep over USC, a good team, and the Badgers with a win over Michigan last week. Some might make calls for the Badgers to be higher. I hear you. They certainly will have their chance for that with a date against #1 this upcoming week. I stand by this slot for the Badgers with their resume of wins so far on the season. Lastly, Minnesota is back in after a 4-set win over Purdue over the weekend, and Georgia Tech closes out my top 10, the 3rd team in the ACC right now. If this week was crazy at the top, bring on next week.